Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin today by asking you a question. Have you ever felt a tug deep inside you? A pull so strong that it whispers, you were made for more. That voice isn't just your imagination, it's the echo of your destiny calling you. Too often we find ourselves wandering through life, checking boxes and chasing shadows of success, only to lay our heads down at night feeling empty. Why? Because we're searching for fulfillment in all the wrong places. But today I want to give you the key, the secret to unlocking a life of true purpose and unshakable fulfillment. This is not a motivational gimmick or a fleeting feel-good moment. This is about transformation. Stay with me, because by the time the speech ends, you'll not only know the secret, you'll be ready to walk boldly into the life you were born to live. Your purpose is not accidental. It's a design created specifically for you. You are not here by chance, but for a reason. Every individual has a unique role to play, and your existence is not a product of coincidence. Think of it this way: if a master craftsman spends hours designing a masterpiece, each detail is intentional. In the same way, your purpose is woven into the very fabric of your being. It's embedded in your talents, passions, and the experiences that have shaped your life. Throughout history, we see evidence of individuals fulfilling a purpose far greater than themselves. Consider figures like Nelson Mandela, who endured years of hardship yet emerged as a beacon of hope and reconciliation. His life wasn't a series of random events, it was the unfolding of a divine plan. Or take someone like Mother Teresa, who felt an undeniable calling to serve the poor and the sick. These individuals didn't stumble into their purpose, they embraced it, recognizing that they were uniquely equipped to make an impact. Even in nature, nothing exists without reason. A tree provides shade, oxygen, and a home for wildlife. A river nourishes the land and sustains life. Similarly, you are equipped with abilities and a perspective that no one else possesses. These attributes aren't random gifts, but clues pointing you toward your purpose. What you carry within you, the dreams, ideas, and passions, is not there by mistake. Those desires often align with the work you were meant to do and the impact you were destined to make. To believe that your purpose is deliberate also means rejecting the idea that your life is dictated by chance. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that circumstances or failures define you. However, many of the most influential people in history began their journeys in obscurity or adversity. Their stories remind us that purpose isn't erased by challenges. Instead, it's often clarified and strengthened through them. Look at the Apostle Paul in biblical history, who went from being a persecutor of Christians to becoming one of the most influential figures in the spread of Christianity. His transformation and eventual purpose were part of a grand design that extended beyond what he could have imagined. This demonstrates that even when life takes unexpected turns, the design remains intact. When you embrace the idea that your purpose is intentional, it changes the way you see yourself and the world around you. It shifts your focus from surviving to thriving, from simply existing to living with meaning. It gives you the courage to step out of your comfort zone, because you know there's something greater guiding your path. Purpose is not an abstract concept, it's the compass that directs your decisions and fuels your actions. Recognizing it as deliberate allows you to see the value in your unique journey, no matter how winding or uncertain it may seem. You are not here by accident, and when you begin to walk in that truth, the possibilities are endless. True fulfillment happens when your actions align with your purpose. There is a profound difference between being busy and being productive, between working hard and working towards something meaningful. Many people spend their lives chasing goals that society deems important: money, status, or recognition, only to find themselves feeling hollow once those goals are achieved. The reason for this emptiness is not a lack of success, but a misalignment between what they do and who they truly are. Consider the story of Steve Jobs. By most measures, he was incredibly successful. Yet he famously spoke about the importance of pursuing work that resonates with your inner calling. He believed that real satisfaction came from doing what you love and contributing something meaningful to the world. This alignment allowed him to revolutionize industries and leave a legacy that transcends products. His story reminds us that fulfillment is not about reaching external milestones, but about connecting your work to your inner sense of purpose. When your actions align with your purpose, every effort feels significant, even in the face of challenges. This alignment creates a sense of clarity and direction that fuels perseverance. Without it, you may find yourself constantly questioning your decisions or feeling like you're moving in circles, no matter how much progress you seem to make. People who live in alignment with their purpose often describe their work as energizing rather than draining. This doesn't mean the absence of hard work. It means that the work feels worth doing because it connects with something deeper. One of the most telling examples of this concept is found in Viktor Frankl's work, Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, observed that those who survived the harsh conditions of the concentration camps often had a purpose or meaning that kept them going. He wrote about the power of finding purpose even in the most difficult circumstances as a source of strength and fulfillment. His work underscores the idea that alignment with purpose can sustain and uplift us in ways that external rewards never can. When you are out of alignment, the signs are clear. There may be a persistent sense of restlessness, a nagging feeling that something is missing, or a lack of enthusiasm for what you're doing. These signals are not failures, but invitations to re-examine your path and realign your actions with your deeper calling. Alignment doesn't mean perfection. It means making intentional choices that reflect who you are and what you value most. This alignment also extends beyond career choices. It can influence your relationships, personal growth, and even how you contribute to your community. People who live in alignment with their purpose often radiate a sense of peace and confidence that draws others to them. They inspire those around them not by what they achieve, but by the way they live. Fulfillment is not a destination, but a state of being that arises from this alignment. It's about recognizing that every action you take when rooted in purpose contributes to a life of meaning. This sense of alignment creates a foundation for joy, resilience, and a profound connection to the world around you. Discovering your purpose starts with looking inward, understanding your unique gifts, and embracing your story. Too often, people search for meaning outside themselves, thinking they will find purpose in external validation, material possessions, or societal expectations. However, the truth is that your purpose is already within you, waiting to be uncovered. It is rooted in your natural talents, passions, and the experiences, both good and bad, that have shaped you into who you are. Self-discovery begins with asking honest questions. What brings you joy? What comes effortlessly to you? What challenges have you overcome that could inspire or guide others? These questions are not just reflective exercises. They are keys that unlock a deeper understanding of who you are meant to be. Your gifts and passions are not random. They are clues designed to point you toward the path that is uniquely yours. One powerful example of this concept can be found in the life of Maya Angelou. She endured significant hardships in her early years, but used those experiences to fuel her artistry, advocacy, and mentorship. Her story and her work reflect the power of embracing one's past to create a purposeful future. She didn't allow her challenges to define her negatively. Instead, she drew strength and wisdom from them, inspiring millions through her words and actions. Understanding your purpose also requires a willingness to embrace your authenticity. Society often pressures people to conform, but purpose cannot flourish in imitation. It thrives in individuality. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, has often spoken about how her success came when she stopped trying to emulate others and leaned fully into her authentic self. Her ability to connect deeply with audiences stemmed from her genuine passion for empowering others. Your story, with all its twists and turns, is not an obstacle to your purpose, but a pathway to it. Every moment, every challenge, and every triumph contributes to the unique perspective and strengths you bring to the world. When you embrace who you truly are, you begin to see that your purpose is not something you find, it's something you uncover by living authentically and intentionally. Life's struggles are not meant to destroy you, but to mold and position you for your greater purpose. It is often through adversity that the most profound lessons are learned and the strongest versions of ourselves are forged. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones that refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you for the responsibilities and opportunities tied to your purpose. Think about the process of refining gold. The raw material undergoes intense heat and pressure to remove impurities, leaving behind something pure and valuable. In much the same way your struggles are refining you. They strip away what is unnecessary, forcing you to confront your weaknesses and lean into your strengths. This process may be painful, but it is also necessary for growth and transformation. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his repeated failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His struggles weren't setbacks, they were vital parts of the journey that led him to success. Edison's story illustrates that every challenge holds a lesson and every failure is a stepping stone toward the fulfillment of your purpose. Adversity often reveals hidden strengths and talents you might not have discovered otherwise. It teaches resilience, patience, and resourcefulness, qualities that are critical to living a purposeful life. Nelson Mandela's 27 years of imprisonment, for example, were not wasted years. They were a time of preparation, reflection, and growth that enabled him to lead South Africa into a new era of freedom and conciliation. His struggle became the foundation of his legacy, proving that even the harshest trials can have transformative power. Sometimes challenges serve as redirections. What you perceive as a failure or a closed door may actually be guiding you toward a better path. J.K. Rowling, for instance, faced numerous rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Those rejections didn't signal the end of her journey, but pushed her to persevere, refine her work, and believe in her vision. Without those struggles, her story might never have been written. Struggles also deepen your empathy and connection with others. When you endure hardship, you gain a unique perspective that allows you to understand and support others facing similar challenges. This shared humanity often becomes a cornerstone of your purpose. Many great leaders, activists, and change makers have drawn on their own experiences of pain to inspire and uplift others. The key is to shift your perspective on struggle. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, recognize it as an essential part of your journey. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prepare for what lies ahead. The process may not be easy, but the strength and wisdom you gain will be worth it. Struggles are not the end of your story. They are the chapters that give your purpose depth, meaning, and impact. A life of purpose prioritizes making a difference over chasing worldly definitions of success. In a culture that often equates success with financial gain, status, or material accumulation, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that these are the markers of a fulfilling life. However, true fulfillment comes not from what you acquire, but from the impact you make in the lives of others. The difference between the pursuit of success and the pursuit of purpose lies in the focus. Success, by conventional standards, is about achieving personal goals, getting ahead, climbing the social ladder, or accumulating wealth. Purpose, however, is about contributing something meaningful to the world and leaving a legacy that transcends self-interest. Take the example of people like Mahatma Gandhi, who gave up personal wealth and luxury to fight for freedom and justice for millions. Gandhi's life was not about accumulating power or wealth, but about serving others and creating a lasting change. His pursuit of purpose led him to challenge oppressive systems and inspire entire nations to seek justice. He demonstrated that real success is not about individual gain, but about collective progress and human dignity. His story is a reminder that pursuing purpose often requires sacrifices, but those sacrifices lead to a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment. The life of Mother Teresa offers another profound example. She lived a life of selflessness, choosing to serve the poor, the sick, and the marginalized and pursue fame or fortune. She found purpose not in personal accolades, but in the dignity she brought to the forgotten people of the world. Her impact was immeasurable because she focused on what she could give rather than what she could take. Her sense of fulfillment came from knowing she was helping others, showing us that purpose often emerges in serving those who need it most. Living a life of purpose also involves aligning your actions with values that go beyond personal satisfaction. This alignment is what sustains true fulfillment over time. For example, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, have dedicated much of their later years to philanthropy. They could have continued to amass wealth, but instead they chose to use their resources to tackle global issues like poverty, education, and health. Their stories show that success can be meaningful when it is used to help others and when the focus shifts from self-interest to collective well-being. In contrast, many people who focus solely on personal success often find themselves feeling empty even after achieving their goals. The pursuit of wealth or status can feel hollow if it's not connected to a higher purpose. There's a reason why people like Steve Jobs, who had everything in terms of material success, expressed that the most important thing was to create something that would have a lasting impact on the world. Jobs himself said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. True fulfillment is born out of loving what you do, not because of the rewards it brings, but because of the lives it touches." Living a life driven by purpose shifts the focus from individual achievements to collective well-being. It's about finding joy in contributing to something bigger than yourself, something that leaves the world better than you found it. The greatest sense of accomplishment is found in knowing that your life has had a positive impact on the lives of others, whether through your work, your actions, or the legacy you leave behind. True success is not measured in possessions, but in purpose, the kind of purpose that leaves a mark on the world and transforms lives for the better. Fulfillment is found when you live not just for personal gain, but to serve and uplift others. The most profound sense of satisfaction comes when you direct your energy and talents toward making a difference in the lives of others. This selflessness doesn't diminish you, it enhances your life and brings a deeper sense of joy and meaning. It's easy to become consumed by personal goals and the desire to achieve more, but a life focused solely on self-interest can leave a person feeling empty no matter how much they accomplish. True fulfillment lies in lifting others up, in contributing to the well-being of the community, and in helping others realize their own potential. Consider the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose life was devoted to fighting for justice and equality. Dr. King's dream was not just for his own people, but for all people, regardless of race or background. His purpose extended far beyond personal gain. He sacrificed his time, his safety, and eventually his life for the cause of human rights. He understood that true fulfillment isn't about how much you can accumulate, but about how much you can give to others. His legacy is a testament to the power of service and the fulfillment that comes when you dedicate your life to the greater good. Mother Teresa, known for her lifelong service to the poor and sick, exemplified this concept in the most profound way. She lived a life of simplicity and humility, focused solely on the well-being of others. Her service to the poorest of the poor, often in the most difficult conditions, didn't come from a desire for recognition or personal glory. She found fulfillment in serving others and in seeing their lives touched by compassion. She once said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." This mindset illustrates how fulfillment comes from the genuine care you extend to others, no matter how small the action may seem. In our modern world, it's easy to be distracted by the pressures to succeed in the traditional sense by accumulating wealth, gaining recognition, or advancing in a career. Yet, when you live with a focus on service, everything changes. Many well-known individuals have demonstrated that success isn't defined by what you have, but by what you give. The late Princess Diana, for example, used her platform and privilege to advocate for the less fortunate, particularly those affected by AIDS and landmines. Her sense of fulfillment came not from her royal title or wealth, but from her genuine desire to serve others. Additionally, people who focus on serving and uplifting others often experience a deeper sense of peace and contentment in their own lives. It is in giving that they find themselves. Bill and Melinda Gates, through their foundation, have committed their immense wealth to improving in health and reducing poverty across the globe. Their focus on using their resources for the betterment of others has brought them fulfillment beyond their business success. Their example shows that living for something greater than personal gain opens the door to fulfillment that lasts far longer than any material possession ever could. When you live for others, you discover a sense of purpose and meaning that far exceeds personal achievements. Helping others realize their potential and providing support when needed creates a sense of interconnection and unity. This not only impacts those you serve, but also strengthens your own life, enriching your heart and soul. Fulfillment grows from the seeds of kindness, generosity, and service. It is in uplifting others that you find the true richness of life.